Well, hey guys, UOttawaScotty coming at you here. This video is going to be some great footage of a common snapping turtle. I filmed this turtle at my lake property. And there's a bit of a backstory to this, so I'll just go through that really quickly. This particular snapping turtle is affectionately nicknamed Frankie, and that's Jayla's nickname for him. He was first seen by Jayla a couple years back. I never saw it, but she was describing the size of this turtle. It's just this massive snapping turtle. I never saw it until last year. I was sitting on a rock on my back on the shore, and Skylar was on a noodle floating just a few feet in front of me. He's drinking his beer. I felt something touch my foot. That's not really uncommon. There's tons of fish in our lake. And then a couple seconds later, I looked down to look at what was touching my foot. And I was surprised to see that I could not see my body. My chest was gone. I could not see my body. And I was in like maybe, I don't know, a couple feet of water. Pretty alarmed. I was trying to figure out what was going on, and to my surprise, I realized there was a giant snapping turtle right on top of my chest, right here on top of my chest, and the head was looking right at me. So I had that snapping turtle's head inches away from my face. Like I looked into his or her eyes. It was super scary. And of course I panicked and I was thrashing around the water, and this thing just swam away. And of course everybody's laughing. Yeah, I didn't swim for a couple weeks after that. I was pretty frightened. And Jayla and friends of mine reassured me that snapping turtles don't really attack humans, so on and so forth. Well, that may be true, but after having one right on top of you, it doesn't really matter what people say, right? In hindsight, I think that this turtle was probably just being curious and trying to figure out what I was, who I was. There's not a lot of people around the lake. It's a very small lake. It's shallow in certain parts. Since then, I really haven't seen that turtle, thank God, for a while. Until Jayla was on her paddleboard and across the other side of the lake last week, and her and a friend saw it again. And of course the turtle came up to the paddleboard, trying to check them out and see what they were all about. And she's recounting the story about this giant snapping turtle, how she saw the turtle again, and describing the turtle as having, like, you know, massive and having algae growing all over it and stuff. So that there was the third sighting of this turtle. So now getting pretty curious about this snapping turtle in the lake and really wanting to see it. Until yesterday morning, I was doing some filming at the lake in the morning, and I actually saw the snapping turtle come to the shore and poke its head up. And I tried to get him on film, but he swam away. But at that point, I decided to get in the kayak and go for a paddle around the lake to see if I can find him. And I actually did find Frankie, snapping turtle, in a shallow section of the lake. And that's what this video is all about, is the footage that I got from Frankie, the common snapping turtle. Now, some things to note: this is excellent footage of a common snapping turtle in the wild, because the water is fairly clear. It's a clean lake. So that's something a little unusual. They're usually found in, you know, sort of muddy areas where it's kind of hard to sort of see them. So that's something to note. The other thing is I was able to get right up close to it, and to the point where I kind of backed off with the camera because I figured it might snap. It's just really great footage. I was really impressed with the claws on this Frankie, the snapping turtle. Huge claws. And another thing that I was really interested in is his eyes. I've got a really good footage of the eyes. So I hope you enjoy this video. It's just a short video, some really good quality footage here of a common snapping turtle in the wild in its own habitat. Now, just in case you're wondering, I did not bother him, her, we don't know if it's male or female. I didn't bother it too much. I stuck the camera down there, did some filming. I filmed them for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 minutes, and then I went on my way, and so I didn't disturb him. He's still in the lake, swimming around. I don't know how old this snapping turtle would be, but I would say, I don't know, 60, 70 years maybe. It is on the larger side, I think probably as big as these snapping turtles get. And who knows, anybody's guess to how old Frankie is, but he's healthy, looking really good. The algae and stuff growing on their shells and their skin is actually advantageous to them. It helps them camouflage themselves in the water to look like a rock, and helps them when they're hunting. They're pretty slow. They don't really swim quick at all. They're not quick on land. They're ambush predators, so they just sit in one place, presumably till something comes by, and then they snap it. So that's what this video is going to be about, is some great footage of a common snapping turtle, and included in this video I'm going to put some extra clips of some nice fish, schools of fish that I've caught swimming around on camera. And I really enjoy looking at all these animals on getting footage of all these animals. It's really fun. So I hope you enjoy this very great video of common snapping turtle. Bye for now. you.